What's going on YouTube? Heylow here bringing you another Total War Warhammer 2 1v1 matchup. So today, Dimmy G and I are bringing you a match where I will be playing Norsca and he will be playing the Tomb Kings. So let's dive into the army compositions. Alright, so for myself playing Tomb Kings, I have Wulfric the Wanderer on a horse, I have a Fimir Balefiend with Lore of Fire, a front line of all Marauders, I have some Marauder Spears on the back flanks, some Marauder Hunter Javelins in the core, the Beasts of Tashnar, and two more units of Norscan Warhounds. And then way out on the left flank in the woods here, I have a hidden group of Armored Skinwolves and the Maws of Savagery. So, for my opponent, the Tomb Kings have Arkan the Black on his chariot. We have the Sphinx of Uskef and a Hyro Titan. Up in the front, some Nehekaran warriors, Tomb Guard halberds, and skeleton spears. And in the core, Blessed Legion skeleton archers and a regular unit of archers as well, and a Necrotech. Way out on the flank in the woods, we have a skeleton horseman archer to close things out. So let's dive right in. Alright, so right off the bat, we both move to engage each other. Out in the woods over here, I am going to try and get my armored skinwolves around the flank and not get spotted by these skeleton horseman archers. I'm going to try and ward them off with the Norscan warhounds. So what I wanted to do here with my overall strategy was kind of just goad his forces back into this hilly area here, and then maybe get a nice flank with my armored skinwolves. The idea being to get into the rear, try and crush through the skeleton archers, and then get at the Hyro Titan and the Sphinx, while keeping my forces in the back line, and maybe catch him slipping up with his micro. Maybe he moves a unit out of the way, let my unit slip through the gaps. But right now, kind of just a little bit of posturing, trying to bait that skeleton horseman archer in with my hounds, and just kind of soak up some of that ammunition right off the bat, keep my javelins fresh. But the engagement starting to move up, starts to take his pot shots with his archers, getting some good damage done on my marauder hunters with javelins. But we push out the Beast of Tashnar and some hounds, and we get some good damage done on those skeleton horseman archers, and we're going to wreck them out. So he ends up catching us with the skeleton archers, doing a lot of damage, so decide to push through and engage. Gonna take the engagement with the skeleton spears over here, try and get some marauders in to wrap through the flank on those blessed archers. Oh man. The Hekaran warrior is going to do really well against the marauders. The Sphinx gets a good dive in against our other unit as well, but Wulfric is going to head right through there. And we're going to try and break up all of his range. Get a really nice burning head there, doing tons of damage, but Dimmy catches that at the last second and manages to move his unit out of the way before it takes too much. But all in all, front line doing pretty well for us. Our Fimir is taking a lot of damage though, getting absolutely dumpstered on by some spirit leeches from Arkan. But our javelins in the back line are taking some really nice shots, doing some good damage into the Sphinx, and here come all of our hounds. And they are going to be hopping right into the Hyro Titan, try and get piled in and start mulching this guy down. But over here we have Arkan the Black, who has the Hunter of Champions marked on him, and we're going to get the Maws of Savagery to kind of pin him in place, doing some pretty good damage so far. Right now, desperately trying to take this Necrotech down, but some of our hounds get terror routed, and we're going to do a little bit of cycle charging. Wulfric in here, trying to get some good shots in. But the Sphinx of Uskef has his number, and he's going straight after him. But we're going to bring the Marauders in to support and try and bog down Arkan for the Maws of Savagery. Out on the flank over here, Marauders just kind of tied up with Tomb Guard with halberds. They're going to be there for quite a long time. So more Marauders fighting what's left of skeleton spears. Ushabti summoned in the back line on our Marauder Hunters with javelins. Going to be kind of rough for us, but we have them on guard mode, so they're just going to keep dumpstering all their shots on this Hyro Titan. Arkan's pretty low on health, looking really good for us so far. Wulfric's taken about half his HP, but Spirit Leech is making sure to keep that sustained damage going. Maws of Savagery going to keep going after Arkan the Black, who manages to slip out of combat with his chariot, and he is going to be taking us on quite the run. But these Ushabti doing tons and tons of damage to our javelins. They are going to get routed out. But our other unit is still doing some nice sustained damage on that Hyro Titan. Some hounds coming back in the background. And Wulfric is going to get in and try and help shut down this Hyro Titan, which, man, the HP pool on this thing is insane. It still has 3,200 health left, and it is probably at a third of its total HP. Absolutely nuts. But Arcan's going to be over here trying to get some good charges in and help his frontline engagement, as we've pretty much wiped out all of his infantry other than a little bit of Tomb Guard with halberds here and there. It's really coming down to these monsters. The Necrotech has managed to get its heals off. The Sphinx still has very, very high amount of HP left at 4,000. The Hydro Titan 2,800. But some of the Hounds coming back. We're going to go try and chase down Arcan with our Armored Skin Wolves and a unit of Norscan Warhounds. If they can catch him, we should be able to finish him off. But Wulfric on very, very low HP, down to 716, and wavering, desperately trying to help wrap up the engagements over here, try and take out the Necrotech. But at this point, it doesn't matter too much because he has already gotten his heals off. And our Fimir Balefiend with Lord of Fire is now headed off the battlefield. He is routed. But yeah, Sphinx has 2,500 left, 1,800 left on the Hydro Titan. Leadership is tanked, so it is starting to crumble, fortunately for us. Finally going to be able to take that down. Maws of Savagery and some Marauders bogging it down so it can't escape. Marauder Hunters are almost out of their Javelins, and some more Marauders bogging down these Tomb Guard Halberds, but Arcan is going to go in for a nice little charge here, get some good damage on the Marauder Spears, but the Beasts of Tashnar are going to tie him down so that this unit of Armored Skin Wolves can try and get some good damage in, some Spears trying to deal with the Sphinx. But again, he's going to get out of there and be doing some terror routing from the Sphinx. Wulfric is in a combat with a Necrotech here and ends up getting killed. It is ridiculous. Spent so long trying to finish off this Necrotech and just couldn't get the damage on him that we needed. So Wulfric is out of the fight. Arcan is trying and trying to escape, but we've got him bogged down with some Armored Skin Wolves. You can see down to 445 and counting. And yeah, he's not really going to be able to escape from these guys. There's 65 speed, 58, and he just manages to slip away. The Terrify on the Skin Wolves from the Sphinx of Uskef, helping him to dip out of combat, but the Beast of Tashnar rallying for one moment and slipping away again. The balance of power pretty much dead even right now, and we have one unit of Skin Wolves that manages to bog down Arcan just long enough to finish him. And that is going to cause a map-wide rally of our forces now that the enemy leadership is down, and the balance of power tips into our favor pretty handily. So right now the only thing keeping them together is the Necrotech and the Sphinx of Uskef, which is still going to be a very hard target to bring down with 2,800 HP. So we're going to ignore it for right now, and we're going to go after that Necrotech with our Armored Skin Wolves. Hopefully we can finish off his 600 HP, crumble him out, and once he goes down, there go the rest of the troops with the crumbling mechanic. And then it's just a matter of bogging down the Sphinx, bringing our spears in, some of these javelins, and the Armored Skin Wolves. So all of our troops rallying to the fight. Fortunately, these Armored Skin Wolves did a wonderful job for us here in this matchup. They do really good against Ushabti, and against the monsters, they have a pretty high model count, and they're very fast, so they can usually manage to catch like Chariot Lords or Horse Lords. And with their mass, it's really nice because you can bog them down in combat. They can't really escape very easily. So again, right here, the Sphinx just kind of stuck in the middle of this blob of spears running amok. But the Armored Skin Wolves with their high mass are going to be able to pile into combat and do some really good damage. And it is going to crumble out, and that is going to be GG. So great game to Dimmy. It was definitely a lot of fun, and he almost had me right at the end there. Wulfric and the Fimir went down, so I had no leadership left, and there was one unit of Armored Skin Wolves that kept me in that fight and managed to finish off Arcan just in the nick of time before they terror routed, and that caused a mass rally for my troops. So really, really good engagement. Got some decent kills. Wulfric and the Fimir Balefiend doing some good damage to chaff troops and chasing around Arcan. Marauder's doing a very good job. One unit here getting 125 kills, chewing through some of the infantry and the archers. Armored Skin Wolves, though, definitely carried that game. Doesn't get reflected in their chevrons, but they did a really good job of chasing down Arcan, wrecking the Sphinx and the Hydro Titan javelins as well, also doing some really good damage. Hounds, too, coming in pretty clutch. These guys really cheap, managed to get in and bog down some of the chariot play from Arcan, as well as support in the fight against some of the larger stuff like the Hydro Titan, and wrecked the Skeleton Horseman archers very early. But over here, Tomb Guard with Halberd picking up 110 kills. Obviously doing a very good job of dealing with some of these hounds, as well as taking out some marauders. The Blessed Legion did some good damage, as well as the Skeleton Archers with the Chevron there, getting some good shots in on my Marauder Hunters, taking out one unit. The Ushabti Summon did a very, very good job of shutting down the Hunter Javelins with a lot of ammo left. So it definitely helped tip things in his favor for a while when his like Necrosphinx and Hyrule Titan weren't taking those shots. But all in all, really good game, and did a great job keeping that Necrotech safe. But hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, and I will see you guys next time.